Give it a quick minute and jump back in the truck here. We're doing a special little live tonight, just for a short one here. Let me smooth this up here. It's cold out. Is that dirt on my face? Yeah, I think it is. We'll give it a quick minute, see if anyone chimes in. 7:01 p.m. on Monday, this January 6th, 2025. I think it's the first live of the year. Try to do more of these so we can get some live Q&A, friendly discussion, get some input, insight on people's thoughts and opinions on which way to take the channel here. Why is that not twisting? Sorry, there we go. So you're probably like, why is he doing a live? He doesn't roof in the wintertime. So the topic, I don't even know what I called this. I think it was like, if you roof in the winter. Actually, let me bring this up real quick and just see if it shows up on my laptop here. We're at the shop. It's late for me anyways. I didn't start, honestly, I've had like 2 weeks off. 2 to 3 weeks off. Let me type this in real quick. I want to get this and give a chance for some people to come in, because I want to get your guys' thoughts and opinion on cold weather roofing, if you guys do anything different or not. Let me bring this up real quick, give a chance for more people to come on in and get your guys' opinion. Here we go. There it is. So I can see my chat on my laptop this way. Wrong button. Turn that down so we don't get any crazy wild feedback. So with the new iPhone, real quick update on the new iPhone. I'm liking it. I'm getting used to the little nuances from Android versus iPhone, where buttons and things are. Not a big deal. Apps, most of them are clean and crisp, but I found some issues with the YouTube app on iPhone. Like weird little things, like sometimes it'll let me tag where I'm at in Kokomo. Sometimes like on a live stream, it will not let me tag. It won't even show anything during tagging your location on a live. I don't know why. The chat scroll doesn't seem to be very good. And the fact that I can't upload thumbnails when I'm doing a live, that's weird. And then I noticed just today uploading a couple of shorts, it won't let me like find the videos. Now I don't know if it's because I switched to 4K 60 frames on the iPhone to have higher quality video or what. It's kind of a weird way, but anyways, it's some little issues I gotta figure out with that. But what we're gonna talk about briefly for 5-10 minutes here, if anyone is a roofer, if you could let me know in the comment section, say I'm a roofer. And then if you could let me know what state, whether you're in a northern climate where it's cold or a southern climate where it's warm, or even another country, because I don't know. So we don't do a lot of roofing in the winter. I've done some repair work. I'm very clear on content that in a cold area, it can be done, but it's not good. It's advised to not install it until the spring. It's not going to seal down. With that being said, I want to ask you guys, take a little poll with you guys. Do you do anything different if you do work through the winter? Do you go through the trouble of putting little dabs of sealer under every shingle? Or you're like me, just really try to avoid it? The reason I am is because I'm at the shop loading up. We're getting ready to start a job potentially tomorrow. I'm waiting on a signature. Got contacted, somebody wants to get one done. It's like really urgent and time sensitive. I'm like, look, it's not good. He's like, we can't wait. This has to be done. I'm like, okay, fine. Talking to this individual, he's like, you can even put a little exclusion in there that it's cold weather and it's not really on you. It doesn't mean we're going to cut corners or anything, but I want to poll you guys or ask you guys, do you do anything? Do you make a notation like, hey, I tried to push it off, or I'm just all about the money and do it? Do you take precautions? The homeowner's like, we can throw it in the garage and try to heat it up. I'm like, it's not going to heat up overnight that quick. I just know it's very crucial to get it done like as soon as possible. Vaughn, roofer in Illinois. Well, Illinois is pretty cold this time of year, depending upon where you are. You just got snow covered. All right, so this is where I'm going to pull it up on, look on chat on my laptop, because it disappears so quick here. Put shingles instead of heat a building around as soon as they get on. Proper job. Are you central, north, or southern Illinois? So how long do you find that it takes to heat the shingles up in a heated building? Now, I've tried before. We blast them with a, I call them a salamander. It's basically a little kerosene heater, 110,000 BTU. Put a tarp system and sheets kind of funnel the heat in, but it doesn't penetrate at all. I mean, it would take some serious time to go into it. And if you've never experienced this, next time you go to a lumber yard and you see a fresh stack of OSB, put your hand on some of those when they're fairly fresh, within a couple of days or weeks, and they've been stacked real good. That inside core, it's hot. It'll still burn you almost. So the shingles are the same way. When they're cold, it takes a lot of energy over a prolonged period of time to heat those. unless you're opening them up, scattering shingles across the big area, which is a lot of extra work, or it's just not going to heat up adequately enough. Now, I did talk to this guy, and I was like, look, if we do, I'd really prefer some brand. I mean, they're specific on a type of brand. At least have some sort of nail strip, because I think it's going to take the nails coming into a cold mat way better than not. So let me know on your thoughts and opinion on that too. So the only reason I feel comfortable doing this at this point is he's like, put in the description in a note section. It's not on you. So I basically wrote something up saying, hey, I tried to advise the client. It's not good, but they're needing it done like yesterday. And basically saying we'll do everything we can to make it as good of an install, minus the time of year and the temperature, which in my area is going to be reading wrong because I'm in my building, but it's saying 26 degrees in my building here. Outside it's colder than that, and it's going to be cold tomorrow and even getting colder yet. But those shingles, the nails fracturing in, just not going to hold good. So let me know what your thoughts are. Do you just not do it? Now, if this was in the country, I'd be like, hell no, we're not doing it. Don't want to miss work, but I'm not putting my name on something like it. This is tucked in town, so it's got a lot of a windbreak, but I did very clearly put that, like, hey, we're going to stand behind our work, but if it doesn't seal down and something happens, it's not really lack of our quality of install. It's strictly, it's a bad time of year to do this. So I just wanted to go live, get your guys' thoughts and opinion real quick, and then if you have any, say, 48 hours inside a heat building, owns cornering shingles. So Vaughn, if you can clarify, do you do that 48 hours, couple days, bundle by bundle, opening up shingles, or are you talking skid? And do you find your opinion on a skid of OC, probably duration, how at 48 hours, based on how you stack it, are they warm enough to be able to be somewhat pliable for this time of year? Let's see where we're at, 7 minutes. So this really just came in a couple hours ago. I had a couple of roofs I was going to look at. I'm like, yeah, I'll work it in. So I get out there, check it out. That's when they said it's under a serious time constraint. So I've done my part. Because I get a lot of hate. I get more hate on this channel, on the videos saying it's not good to roof in the winter than I do a lot of other content I put out when it comes to temperature and installation type stuff. And I might try to cover some stuff. Whole pallet duration, good to be ready to put on immediately. So you're saying one full skid, not, you know, just to put a skid of duration in your building. What's the temperature inside the building? And does it have a fan blowing direct heat on it? No, we're not super busy at all. It's really slowed down. For the last 3 weeks, who was it that said that, Servant? I explained in a video I recorded November 7th that released this morning. It was kind of a vlog style drone a little bit. We had a couple of hailstorms in our area and a lot, I mean, serious pressure in our region of storm chasers. I had people out of state in Ohio and Kentucky calling saying, hey, we'll represent you. I'm like, no, we don't do that. 72 degrees, so a fair decent bit of temperature. No extra fans or anything. Okay, I appreciate the input on that. But we've had a lot of people knocking the crap out of doors, like selling a lot of work. So that took what would be a lot of normal organic calls coming in over the next few years, and just they knocked a lot of that out. So it did slow down in my region, plus the cold weather. People are busy, the holidays, all those are things people put off their construction projects in the winter in my area. Talk about contracts you sign with clients for repairs, and it disappeared. Client repairs and re-roofs. So what do you want to know? Rezivi, 30 degrees, 412, no difference in the cold. 412, ISK 8, whatever. You nailed different in the cold. So what do you do? Aside of like changing your gauge and air pressure, because that's normal and to be expected from like 70, 80, 90 degree heat versus 0 to 30, 50 degrees. You normally have to change it from season to season, but I didn't know if you do anything special as far as sealers on the shingles. What's up? Hey, Dan, how's it going? You're a local guy. Speaking of local, I do have a local Kokomo High School card to give away, and a local gift card. So I know at least one guy, Dan, here in my area. If anyone else is in my area or close to, I'll pitch this again because I got absolutely no hits on that. A completely free Kokomo High School discount card to give away, as well as I think it was a $40 gift card to, what's that pub downtown? It's not McDougal's, it's another one across the corner there. I feel so bad. The guy's name, I'll never forget his name, is Ray. Cook's, no, it's not Cook's. It is, oh, what's the name of it? It's right across the street and east about 3 buildings. Is it Jeremy? Nye? What's going on? Well, anyways, if anyone is in my area close enough to want to drive to my area, just let me know. Actually, you know what? I think it's in my truck. Let me just look it up real quick here. I'm trying to kill some time. I'm waiting on this guy to send me back the signature for tomorrow. Let's give away a gift card real quick. First off, let me know if Dan's the only one or if there's anyone else close in my home area that would want to drive to get a $40 gift card to a local restaurant. Not that one, not that one, not that one. All right, so here's the Kokomo School. It's backwards. Educational Foundation, Kokomo Public Schools. Can you guys read this? Or is it backwards? On my screen, I'm seeing it all backwards and can't read it. But there's some little key tag things here. There's a backside. This is completely free. First person that says they want it. You have one of those? Okay. While I'm thinking about it, I got free car wash giveaways from another local business guy here in Kokomo on the west end of Kokomo. Somebody tell me, are these backwards? Looks good? Okay. What's up, Drift? I believe you're a local guy. Does want to give away before? All right, so some of these are already spoken for. I need to give them away to the people that said they wanted it. I do apologize. I don't seem to have that card right here. It may be at my desk. I was cleaning out my truck because I'm leaving to go see some people at a shingle manufacturer. Any new comments here? Cooper's, thank you. Dan, yes, it's Cooper's Pub on East Sycamore, right east of downtown Kokomo. Kind of where Palmer's Jewelry is, just east there, a couple doors. It was pretty good. We went there for lunch. If you do, whoever goes there, I'd recommend. It's pretty good. Got a sandwich and a little snack with one of my brothers up there a few weeks back. All right, the viewer count just spiked up, so I'll give a real quick recap of what we're doing here, why I'm in my truck. First off, live Q&A. Specifically in regards to if you're a roofing contractor, say you're a roofing contractor, let me know where you're watching from. Are you in a cold northern climate, a warmer southern climate? And if you roof in the wintertime, do you do anything special in the winter? Do you put the 3 dabs of sealer manufacturers call for? Do you take any special precautions as far as like maybe heating up, preheating the shingles, anything like that? That's kind of what I want to get you guys' input. So a real quick brief wow, so what happens on unscripted, just live speaking. Call came in today, guy's under the gun to get this job done like as soon as possible. I told him it's not good. He's like, we need to get this done. It's got to be done quickly. So he was even telling me, just, you know, put it in the note section. It's not on you. So that's what we're doing. I just figured it was a good topic to go live, to try to keep the live a little more to a specific topic instead of just randomness. Want to give it away for a person for this new location, I definitely win it. Where are you watching from? Rizivi? Hey, take it easy, Dan. It's good to see you. Stop in, say hey real quick. Oh, by the way, you know what? I do owe you an apology. I completely spaced it. It just dawned on me now. You have a shingle issue. If you haven't got that taken care of, I do apologize. If you need me to take care of it, let me know. in the wintertime is pretty much all I do is repair work. If you did, I totally understand. I dropped the ball. It was so busy kind of leading up into the winter to slow down, I completely spaced it. So hopefully you're still in here, let me know. Okay, I'll get with you. Okay, so if you haven't done it, either way, reach out to me. It'll be one of the first few I work in. I will be gone later this week for a few days. Weather's good, cold or not, I'll try to get you worked in if you still need it, and I do apologize, Dan. Video quality good. I'm on my Wi-Fi here at the shop with fiber optics, so it should be a good solid connection. Have a good one, Dan. British Columbia, off the chains. Bridal Falls. I do believe, well, if not you, there's a handful of people from Bridal Falls that have been commenting recently. I do appreciate the support in the channel. What's up, Mike? Not a roofer, actually an electrician, but hard to do. Somewhat of an emergency. Right, oh, that's disappearing again. A refresh pop up over here. No issues with it. So you had it done this time of year in the cold, no issues? Oh, Reno, Nevada this time of year? What's the temperature in Reno this time of year? By the way, Happy New Year's, everybody. Also, by the way, in one of the roof inspections I was doing earlier today, I did shoot 2 shorts. So if you guys want, let me know. I did one kind of talking about ice dam. You can see a perfect little visual around the perimeter of this roof where there's snow, or if you want to see the garage where I was kind of blown away at this hodgepodge roof repair that was done. And I was trying to think if it was a contractor or a DIYer. Let me know. I'll release one of those after this. Half of it was completely new, the other half was stripped to the sheet. 4 layers. Ooh, emergency renovation. Niagara. Oh, okay. Ontario, Canada. Okay. So cold area, colder than Reno, Nevada. What's up, Anthony? Anyone close within maybe an hour of Kokomo, Indiana? If you want to make a drive for a free dinner. Anyone near Missouri, West Missouri watching ever, let me know. I am heading to Missouri for a couple of days to go look at a shingle manufacturer. I'm hoping to shoot some content on that. Most shingle manufacturers do not want you to record anything and actually won't let you record anything. It's been a while since I've been to one, but I had somebody reach out and they say that I'm going to be able to record content. I don't know what. I don't know if they're going to have to scrub through it, cut some of it, or what. I have no idea, but it's slow. It's cold. So heading down to Joplin, Missouri, and going to see some people with Tamco. And yes, I badmouthed Tamco over the years, and I still stick to the Heritage line being absolute crap. Maybe I can test them and see if they change some stuff, but I did do the product demo in Broad Ripple Speedway, Indianapolis, this August 1st, I think it was, for the Titan line. Kind of blew me away. So I'm going to go meet some people, go see the R&D department, some of the different engineers, executives, I guess. I don't know, but we're going to experience that later this week. Hopefully have some content on that come out. Where we at? 18 minutes. We'll wrap this up in a couple minutes unless anyone's got any new questions. Or if I see the viewer count spike, I'll stay for a few more minutes, but I do need to get going. I'm just sitting here at the shop waiting. It's cold out here. I've got the trailer hooked up, got it loaded up, got everything stocked here at the building except for the shingles. And I'm just waiting on the go-ahead. This guy signs the agreement. We're heading out. Somebody said talk about contracts. Whoever that was, if you're still in here, let me know what you want to talk about or what specific topic, and I'll gladly answer. I'm an open book. If you see the brakes, I'm just tapping that occasionally because my truck's warm in the building here. It's been running for a while, and the fan will kick up if not. I'm trying to see who that was that said talk about contracts. That was the Revisi. Talk about contracts you sign with clients for repairs. So yeah, if you're still in here, if you're not in here, I'll just kind of briefly go over it. I don't know what exactly you're asking. Like, for example, this contract tonight, it's a full estimate. It's all PDF. We're paperless. I don't write anything out. Did my inspection and everything. Pull up what the customer it is, obviously, and I'll populate their information, address, and all that. Then I'll pick the material. So in this case, the shingle line they're wanting to use, the color, edge metal, just things like that that clearly spell it out. The more detailed, the better. And send it off to them. If they like it, I hit another button and it sends a signature request digitally to them and myself. It's all encrypted. Easy to prove that somebody at their computer on their end did it. Somebody on my end with my computer did it. It saves a ton of time, because there were days a few years ago where I'd have to drive 45 minutes to an hour just to go get an ink signature. Those days are gone. So let me see if I can answer these real quick here. Fernando, what's up? My name is Brian. I'm not looking at this because my laptop shows the comments. If you're wondering why I'm not looking at you when I'm talking, reading the comments over here, real easy. Anthony, yeah, so the topic of tonight is the shingles not sealing down in my area. Now, some people are like, oh, you can roof in the winter. Like, I mean, Australia, it's their summer right now. But here in the United States, Florida's still warm enough with some sun to actually seal down. Here in my area, no, it's not. The sun's way down in the southern hemisphere. Yes, it's light. It does get daylight, but we see sun on like a little bit of the east slope, most of the south slopes, and a little bit of the west slope. But that energy doesn't penetrate on it. And they're definitely not close to being the right temperature. They're not sticky at all. Not one bit. So they're not going to seal down. That's why I'm not a big fan of roofing in the winter. It can be done. I'm not saying it can't. It's just ideal to wait if it can. If it's not blowing apart and leaking, it's best to wait. Off the chains, media. Do you happen to have a bit of space between the shingles for expansion and contraction when you lay them down? A few people do it like that. No, so I've talked about in other videos, every material has a different expansion contraction rate. I think it's minor. You're going to see more of that with like metal, things like that, whereas asphalt shingles, even if they do expand, it's going to be a little more soft where it won't necessarily pop up and buckle. I think it's a minor amount. Honestly, that's not a bad topic. We have decent temperatures now between my shop that's heated inside my office versus outside. I'd like to take a shingle, let it get ambient temperature in my office at 66 degrees, what it's set at, for a good couple of days. Set it on some sort of solid board that has a very minimal expansion rate, and try to take a very accurate measurement of the width and then take it outside and see if it shrinks, and if it does, how much, if it's a notable amount. I don't know. It's something worth trying maybe. But to answer your question, no, we usually just butt them up next to each other. I'm not a fan of leaving a gap. You can see that they touch. I don't think it's going to buckle up much at all, but I definitely would not want them shrinking apart. Going into, like, from summer, they're going to contract, so I would expect them to shrink a little bit. But you know, it's a fiberglass mat with asphalt doped on the top and the bottom and granules on top of that. It's not going to react, I think, like a solid material, like metal, aluminum, edge metal, apron, things like that. So one of my gutter guards is aluminum, and I've got the old, I can't remember the brand, but it's 10-foot sticks. And there's an area where I missed a few screws, and you can see in the summer that thing expands from the heat and buckles up. It's kind of an eyesore. I need to address that. What do I think of GAF shingles versus OC? GAF, not good. I've got GAF on mine, and it's a joke. I've got the extended warranty lifetime. Anything goes wrong, even if one of the guys installs it wrong, which was me, not installed wrong. I had 2 different sales reps come out, and they're like, oh, you got 49 years. Oh, you got 45 more years. Just, if it's good, fix it. And I can't stand behind that. So in that case, GAF is my #1 arch enemy. Well, not an enemy. It's just somebody I would not recommend go with. If your warranty is that good, take care of it. They're not taking care of it. Fix it. Take care of the problem. My thought, they're just told to kick it down the road and get a free roof in 49 years if issue develops in year 1, or whatever amount of time is left. They're not going to honor it. They're banking on you leaving and selling the home, which it's not going to be transferred. They're banking on you maybe dying. I don't know. They got this stuff figured out. Not a fan of it. OC's who I've done a lot of, but I actually might be making a switch this year. Not a problem, Rezivi. No, not Rezivi. Yeah, Rezivi. Okay. Yeah, appreciate the question there. Pakistan? All right. Hey, appreciate it. I didn't realize my content was being viewed over in Pakistan. I used to look at some of the analytics years ago, and I'd seen a lot of different countries. I've had a few people here recently. I'm like, other countries, they're kind of blowing me away. My go-to shingle manufacturer has been Owens Corning. One, they're really well known. They've been around for a long time. They're known in the industry. Everybody knows the Pink Panther. They do a lot of different products, ventilation, insulation, shingles, all that good stuff. Never had an issue where I've needed to file a claim. In all my years, I've had one guy say he didn't like something. So I pulled the shingles, took all my documentation, sent it over to him, got the process started. Never heard back from him, so I don't know if he didn't have documentation or if he let it go. So I can't say they never stood up to a claim because I've never technically had to follow through with anything other than that one time. Tamco in the past, I've pulled many shingles for a previous employer. I don't know how those claims went, but I know Tamco Heritage that was big in this market is dead in this market now. I'm hoping to see maybe a change with their Titan line. I don't know. I've heard people in my area talk about certainty, no questions asked. If you file a claim, they're taking care of it. I personally have not done a lot of certainty. I don't have anything against it. I just haven't done a lot of it. And then IKO, not been a big fan of it. Used it a lot years ago when I got started because it's kind of a budget friendly. But when I started working down into the southern area, Hamilton County, southwards, I've literally had customers tell me that's a cheap shingle, it's a cheap brand, and I don't want it, and you're out. So I'm like, okay, wow, ouch. That stings a little bit when you got customers saying that. It's kind of hard. So, Bob Vila did a video of IKO shingles way back in the day. Maybe this guy here is going to do the Tamco. I don't know. I don't think they run the Titan line in Joplin. I think it's Heritage. But we're going to go see the headquarters later this week. So I'm hoping to bring you some content on that. If I can't film anything, I'm at least going to vlog on the way down. When I get there, maybe do a live Q&A. I got some time to kill. And some sort of content, at least of my experience and what I took from the meeting the guys there. Do you install certain teed shingles actually last 30 to 50 years? And here in BC. You know, I've had a lot of shingles. Hell, I've seen glass 3-tab shingles that have probably been installed since I was a kid. They don't look new, but they're still holding up decent. And some jobs I'm like, oh my God. Like, I've seen 3-tabs get 30, 40, 50 years. They look bad, but they're still up there. I don't know how. And then I've had 50-year shingles and limited lifetime warranties just fall apart and look like crap. Another thing, any roofers in here, just paid attention, whether you've installed them or not, pay attention. You're usually pretty good at identifying shingles when you're just driving. Pretty much any time. It's a bad habit, pet peeve, a bad habit of mine. My wife's driving or I'm driving, I'm looking at roofs. Like, oh, I did that roof, I did that roof, I did that roof. But here lately, it's like looking at the shingles, and GAF has a coloration issue, and that's the issue that happened on my roof. Let me see where that was. How do your channel do 24 in terms and subs and videos? Oh, as far as my channel in 2024, well, 24 just ended. I'm sitting, I think, around 43,000 subscribers. 14 million views, I think. It's usually, I don't look that granular. I just try to put out what I would find interesting if I would look it up and what I think people would get benefit out of. So I don't really watch the analytics that well. I think it's around 250,000 views per month and anywhere from 600 to 1,000 subscribers a month usually. It varies. Some days 100 subs, some days 40, 30 subs. It kind of goes like this. It's kind of a weird, it's like trading. It's kind of in a channel. So, but I have seen over the past month, the repair videos I've documented and sent out are definitely doing much better than the inspections, and trying to make a learning point out of it. But a lot of people are like, why do you do so many videos of inspections and not do the work? Well, I get called out to inspect roofs. That's what I do. I don't get all the work I inspect, so I try to at least get a little learning point out of it. But definitely want to do more through the winter, late fall, early spring of the repair work documented. I'm even thinking about trying to go through archives because it's gonna get way colder in my area. This is decent. Hell, a couple days before Christmas, it was 50 degrees. I was wearing a t-shirt and a hoodie. So later, January, February, it's in the single and below zero temperatures, and wind chill's colder than that. Anthony, you think it was Tamco? I can't remember when you put them on the porch. Okay, so you're saying it was Tamco. Was that you that set up in British Columbia? 30 to 50 years. Was it their 3-tab or their Heritage Dimensional? Oh no, that was Off the Chains. Sorry. Off the Chains said that. Oh, Anthony was saying they did not age well. Okay. Well, so you can't base an opinion on one roof install. It could be several factors on top of where you reside, but if that same shingle you're talking about was on 100 different homes, there's going to be kind of a common theme behind some. What faces are the facets facing? What's the pitch of them? Are they ventilated pretty well and with like a lot of airflow, or is there a lot of trees blocking it, not getting good airflow? How's the insulation and moisture in the house coming up into the attic? Is the attic inlet and outlet exhausts pretty well matched and doing a good job? So you can't just go off of one job. I'm taking this over the past 23 years, 24 years of roofing. I've done this. In my early days, we did a lot of Heritage for the first shingle company I worked for, roofing company I worked for. The second, he was big into it. And by that point, I was the foreman of the crews. I'm like, this is crap, please stop. And that went on for years. So that's why I've been a big hater of Tamco, because they kept saying they were changing it. They said they put all this money into it, never did. Here recently, there's an individual at Tamco, customer relations, and he's like, no, things have changed. That's why I went down 1 hour away this last summer to go check it out. So we're gonna do some more Off the Chains, dimensional. Okay. Where are we at? 32 minutes, 7:30. Probably wrap this up here in a couple of minutes unless the viewer goes up or we get some more good comments. I'll go a little longer. So what I'm doing for you guys, I try to do what I can, and I really want you guys to engage. It's a community here. I want to be able to engage back. I tried to answer most of the questions as they come in. Sometimes I get busy. Comments come in, they get buried down. But this is your guys' chance, whether it's a live or a re-aired video or just a uploaded video. Let me know what your thoughts are and how you like to see the content. Do you like more vlog, contractor behind the scenes? Drone shots don't do well at all. I don't show what I got, like, oh, look at me. That's not my style. If you guys haven't seen, check out the podcast I did with Roofing Insights a few weeks back. Well, it was back in early November, but they released it late November, December-ish. Behind the scenes of business, paperwork, estimates, how do I figure it? Anything you want to see, the more comments I get, there's more people want to see that. I'll kind of tailor it towards that. Even live, if you like lives, let me know. Kind of dropping off in the viewer count here. It's today Monday, so make sure I can head home and make sure I can get in the shower at a decent time, not be busy in the bathroom. Anthony, I see you using a cordless nailer for repairs. Do you think is best? Here, is that a typo, or am I not reading that? Oh, it's a typo. There's the air nailer, do I think is best? So on a roof install, I was a big Hitachi guy. Now, if I can say this without botching, I don't even know. There's been so many comments come in on a short video I did that I don't know if it went viral or what the definition of viral is, but people were commenting constantly how I pronounced what company bought Hitachi. I almost don't even want to say Matoba, whatever. That's been my go-to roofing nailer as an installer. As far as the cordless or the battery operated airless that I went to is for repair work, because it's so nice not having to tote around a compressor, a hose, not have it leak, make sure I have power to run it, carry a battery pack or a generator. Thing has been really nice. I do have plans on picking up the Milwaukee one and kind of comparing them side by side. That's probably going to be a few weeks out. I still need to pick it up, and then I need to do a side-by-side comparison. But the DeWalt's been great so far. What's up, Steven? Hey, Steven. Trailer's still available for you, and I can hook you up with that. I got a good location to take the trash. I need to talk to you off camera for that. Hopefully you're doing well, and I think you guys got spared by that big storm. You got plans on coming back and working soon? Oh, right there in the comments, 17th to do some work. All right. I don't plan on using my trailers, so I'll make sure there's at least one, probably this one back here, and you can use it. All right, well, Steven, you are pretty much local, even though you don't currently live here. You own a property here. There is a free gift card I'm giving away. No one's claimed it yet. $40 gift card to a pub downtown Kokomo. Just let me know you want it. We'll cross paths. Somebody else in Chicago. All right, Chicago in the house. A couple of you. No, Steven, it's not Cook McDougal's. It's right across the street and like 2 or 3 doors to the east. I think it was Cooper's Pub. Pretty good place. It was really good. It's a $40 gift card. Take you and yours out. I've had it for a few weeks. I've tried to give it away. Nobody was local enough. So you know what? I'm just declaring right now, Steven Perva, $40 gift card to Cooper's Pub. Just when you get in town, give me a shout. I'll try to do another one that's can go anywhere. Maybe like an Amazon gift card. It's just a little code I can send you guys. Cleveland, Ohio. I got a good friend of my brother's there in that area. All right, I'm setting it aside. I think it's at my desk. I was going to try to show it, but it's not in here, so I think it's at my desk. I do have it. Actually, it may be in my wallet. I don't know. The thought crossed my mind. It's very possible it's in there, because if nobody was going to claim it, I may have put it in my wallet and planned on stopping by and using it myself, but I don't need the sodium. Just make sure, though, Steven, if you do, and you happen to see the server in the bar area named Ray, give him a shout out. Tell him you're from Chicago, but you know the best roofer in central Indiana. And that's where you got the card from. Nah, you don't need to do that, Steven. I appreciate the offer, but you don't need to. I'll tell you what, I'll take you up on this. When you get into town, you want to come grab the trailer, just have your buddy do the drive-in and we can have a cold beer in the shop. Looking down at my laptop, it's got the comments on there because they disappear on my screen up here so fast. All right, well, I'm glad I stayed a little long for Steven to get in here. I had another couple local people. Drift. Actually, Drift said something. Drift, are you still in chat? If you are, let me know. There's Dan, there's Drift. Looks good. Okay, Drift was early in on the comments, and if it's who I'm thinking of, you're in Kokomo as well. I've been not just in my hometown getting recognized, but hours and states away now being recognized, and not at roofing events. I was watching one of Dimitri's videos from a few weeks ago. Actually, the job I did a repair, it was of a section that was leaking. I was listening to his podcast, but I only got a little ways through during the setup. I turned it off so I could use the GoPro and film that. But I finally watched that podcast today. I think he was in an IKO event, and he was talking about social media, the do's and the don'ts. And I'm like, oh, what? I mean, there was my content. He was showing it in the edited version he released, but he was talking about it live in front of this event. So I was like, oh, that's badass. How's the business in Indiana? It's good. I've done good. It has slowed up in my area because it's cold. Who was that? Where are you watching from? Who asked that? It has slowed down, obviously, because the holidays, the cold weather, and I touched on this earlier in the stream, that there was a lot of hail restoration done earlier this year, which naturally is going to take off a lot of the organic to come roofing in my region in the next few years. They got to buy insurance. So I expect it to kind of slow down a little bit. If we have another big hailstorm in another area that didn't just get replaced, chances are it's going to spike in that area, but you're going to have people from all the states around me flocking to Indiana. They do every year. I've had a handful of people that watch this channel, I'm not going to say names, but a handful, reach out to me if I'm hiring. I'm like, no, unfortunately not. I do a lot of it myself. They're like, well, I showed up and they fired me. Or, I mean, they're subbed crew people. And unfortunately, they bring people in, do sales when the times are right, and just say peace when it's not. So, lesson to be, if you're one of those guys, don't always rely on somebody. And if something changes, you're kind of screwed. Hey, no rush. Just give me a shout. This 14-footer behind me, the GT, is available for you. It's actually not far from your location here in town, so we'll get you all squared away, get it set up. I think you'll be impressed with the prices. So just stop at a liquor store, pick up a case of beer, and swing it on out, and we'll call it fair and square. All right, we're at 41.5 minutes. We're gonna wrap this one up here. Let me know real quick, the few of you that are still in chat, if you like the live video streams, let me know what time works best and where you're watching from, because I don't know if you're in, like, well, assuming you're in the United States. I'm Eastern time, so it's going to be 8 o'clock here. I don't know if you're out, Central. A few of you I know are in Central, Mountain, Pacific. What day and what time would work better for a scheduled live stream? I do want to try to get the members only section up for this kind of content, so it's just not public. It's for the members of the channel that join as a member. I'll keep it very, very, very cheap. I think a couple bucks is it, but I'll have, I was thinking, I don't know if it's enough or not enough, let me know, for a fair value exchange here, where I will go scheduled times, night or day, certain days of the week, probably 4 times a month. So once a week at least, doing a scheduled live Q&A on top of just throwing in for members. And then I might even possibly do, if there's some demand for it, a higher tier where not only is it a live Q&A that's scheduled, it's a video like Skype, Google Meet, something like that, where we can do visual, go over anything. Before 9 Eastern, KY. I used to do chat, live chat streams from my house years ago when my little girl was a baby. She was asleep earlier. And I think they were like 8, 9 o'clock. And sometimes they run for hours. Honestly, it was just really random. I'd be trading crypto and just taking live Q&A. But I want to keep it more structured. I'll try to come up with topics or let you guys ask maybe a poll and then schedule that topic to do a live Q&A. There were a couple I did. I think it was dinner time. They just complete flopped. Like, a couple people chimed in. I was like, wow, this is really not good. And then sometimes I do a lunchtime, which is really good, but we just got hit crazy with bots during the lunchtime streams. I don't know why. Just bots flowing in, and I'd ban that bot and another bot would pop in. It's probably the same person. I have no clue why a bot would want to spam my channel. It was a hater bot too. All right, we're going to shut this one down. 44 minutes, longer than I wanted to. Would it be possible to do some of your DIY videos, picture and let people ask questions? Yeah, so, Steven, would it be possible to do some of your DIY videos? Do you mean like do a live, but then kind of show, like go through, give me a little more clarification on what you're asking there as far as would it be possible to do some of your DIY videos? $7 p.m. I guess let's just start on the time. Is it better to be Eastern lunchtime or Eastern evening time or something on a weekend? I'm gonna at least pull out here. I'm starting to cook in here. Probably gonna start having degraded video because I am outside through the metal of the building here. Yeah, just let me know what works best and any kind of content you like, where you're watching from, and kind of engage with the channel here. We're just gonna leave it at that. I'll wrap up here. I appreciate it, guys. Appreciate those that chimed in, those that support the channel, and hopefully more to come. As always, until next time, be safe. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks.